The Bitcoin price is breaking out of the potentially bullish falling wedge pattern formation. Will the bulls push us to a new all-time high? Or, my friends, could this all become one gigantic bull trap before a plunge deep down into the crypto abyss? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Of course, we're going to discuss both Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I also want to take a close, in-depth look at the US dollar index and the US 10-year bond yields, because right now, my friends, I think that this explosive action here could potentially affect the Bitcoin and crypto market as a whole. So all of this and more here on today's stream, jam-packed show. Let's get down to it. And of course, before we do, if you could, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for that. And if you're brand new, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. So here we are, my friends, right back inside the belly of the beast. And in this case, the belly of the beast happens to be this upward sloping parallel channel of which Bitcoin has been respecting all the way back since December of 2020. Technical analysis is essentially an art form, right? And you could see that when we draw this channel all the way through this uptrend, it acts as an almost perfect median heart line to the entire uptrend, right? You could see lots of action respecting the line from the upside as support, lots of action respecting the downside here as resistance, and vice versa, basically all the way up to where we are at right now. So over the past 24 to 48 hours, we've seen Bitcoin flirting with the bottom line of support here, right? And we did see it act as support once and twice here before then falling through. But after it fell through, what wound up happening is that we formed this potentially little bullish micro falling wedge pattern, which if you are subscribed here, you would know that I pointed this out on yesterday's stream with a target, which I'll get to in a moment. But if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe right now, tick the little bell, and select all so you do not miss any more of these important analyses. I pointed this out yesterday, and I showed you that the target here is the widest part of the pattern, right? We then drag that over to the breakout point, and it gives us our potential extrapolated target, which in this case is up at about 52,800 here on my chart. Very interesting because it is in absolute and utter confluence with this line of resistance. You see this here. It was our bull flag ceiling, right? Don't forget about this little bull flag that we had here, folks, right? Just drawing a crude little drawing here for you all to understand. We had this bull flag here, which broke us out to the upside. This line of resistance here was respected once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Then after breaking through, flipped into support, right? Then after breaking through, the bulls tried to hold again. They failed. We then tested up resistance, resistance, and plunge. So this line here has so much confluence in it, right? Just one simple line can show you so much data of what the market is interpreting in terms of areas of interest, right? So it's very interesting to me here that the extrapolated target of this potential pattern comes right up to this line of confluence, right? You see that. And if you do appreciate me pointing that out, the thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. Now, things get interesting here because, of course, this is just a pattern. We do not have to hit the extrapolated target. And in fact, right now, we are in a possibly heavy bearish resistance range. Now, if we take a rectangle here just to visualize this a little bit better, right, you could see that we have a ton of horizontal potential resistance in here. I'll actually make this red just for the moment, okay? You guys can see that basically we have all of these prior areas of resistance, then support, resistance, and support again, all up inside that range there. We also have the upward sloping line of the parallel channel, right? The teal line here, right up at about 51,000. And of course, we have this red trend line that I just pointed out, about a minute ago or so. So for me right now, there is a ton of potential bearish rejection confluence all up inside this range. And in fact, right now, my thought process here is leaning towards the fact that it would be normal to see another rejection occur at this range. This does not mean that we must go further down than our roughly local low at about 43K, but it could mean that we could be due for another correction before moving higher. We have to pay close attention to what's going on here and the response from the bears up at this range. If we see the bulls push right through here, okay, things may change, because if this little ceiling here is not enough to keep the bulls pressured to the downside, to me, that's signaling that, hey, the bears do not have enough control in this market. There's just not enough bearish pressure still. And if the bulls are able to get above here, I think moving potentially to a new all-time high is certainly a real possibility, and the probability of that increases as soon as we get above this red line of potential resistance up at around 53,000. Let's get this crypto. I hope that this is making sense thus far, and I hope that you are enjoying. So right now, you're probably wondering what I was talking about with the US dollar index and the bond yields, right? Now, this is something that you're probably not going to hear much of, looking at other analysis here in this space, because in crypto world, right, most people, they're just looking at this from some pie in the sky. The fiat system's collapsing. Don't you understand, Kirby? Decentralization. Yes, I understand all of it, my friend. I've been in this space a very, very long time, right? And I love Bitcoin, rather Bitcoin, just as much as the next guy, right? Or girl, for that matter. But I also understand that Bitcoin and cryptos as a whole are a globally traded asset. And there is a correlation, at least in my opinion, with traditional markets and the US dollar index and the bond yields. So just a quick recap here on the DXY, which is the US dollar index. This whole period of time here, back in 2016 to 2017, this was our absolutely immense bull run for Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from below 1,000 to nearly 20,000 USD during that downturn, right? Then over here, starting in March of 2020, we saw the Bitcoin price once again climb out of the depths of the crypto abyss from below 4,000, now up to over 58,000 at the high. Savage, heinous, borderline ludicrous, if you do in fact ask me. But it is what it is, and I digress. So let's look at this right here, right now. We are seeing a potential bottoming here for the US dollar index. Of course, this could just plunge back down at any point in time. But right now, we are seeing the bulls step back in here, and we have already broken key trend line number 1, which is the yellow line here, right? We've broken it. The bulls have seemingly found downward sloping support. I know that may be hard to understand, right? But it was the old resistance trend line. We broke through, and even though the price has moved down, you see that it is still hugging this support line, right? Which is still a little bit of a hidden bullish signal, right? And now, if it's able to overcome this red line here, I think that we could possibly be seeing at least a short to medium term shift in the US dollar index from very, very bearish to now essentially neutral to bullish, okay? Also, understand here that this red line down here is our area of key significant support and resistance flipping, right? This goes all the way back into the early 2000s, where we saw a ton of interest around this range. Then we saw the global financial crisis. Upon a backtest, resistance, double top resistance. Fast forward into the current day, back here in 2018, the old double top resistance found itself as new support. Flip into the current day here in 2021, we are very, very close to this area. Roughly, chalk it up, we are in the general vicinity right here, right now. And if we were to see a bottom here, this looks like an old double top of resistance, which then flipped into a new double bottom of support, okay? And if history, is any indicator to what could potentially happen here in the future for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market as a whole, seeing the US dollar index rise could potentially put some bearish sell pressure on Bitcoin moving forward. Let's get this crypto, okay? Now, let's move over to the bond yields, all right? Very similar in the sense that, hey, with these falling rates here, right, especially back since 2018, the real debacle began. But then even, earlier in 2020, we saw a huge drop, and basically all the way up until late in 2020, we didn't find a real bottom here. The problem is now with the bottoming formation is that this is spooking speculators, not only in the crypto market, but in the traditional markets, the Forex markets, everything essentially, right? The commodities markets, everything is being spooked by this because this can have a prolonged effect in terms of the repricing of commodities and things of that nature. So right now, if we are going to see a continued parabolic rise in the U.S. 10-year bond, my friends, this could create some very irrational, volatile market conditions here moving forward, not only just for the cryptos, but for markets across the board as a whole. Okay, so keep your eye on this. I mean, there's not much to analyze here. It's either the parabola is going to continue or it's not. Okay, I'm going to be watching this, though, like a hawk with an eagle eye. Watch this in conjunction with the US dollar index, both very important to watch. And I hope you appreciate my trend lines here, because if we do break out of this, you know that I will be watching for a potential bullish breakout once we get above there, / if we get above there, and how that could potentially affect the Bitcoin price moving forward. Let's get this crypto. Now, let's just briefly discuss some targets, what my plan is right now, right? My speculative plan, and then we'll quickly look at Ethereum as well. And my friends, I really do hope that you're enjoying thus far, and if you are, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. Thank you for that. Really helps the algorithm. And if you're brand new, you see what you get by now. Welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all so you do not miss any more of these important Bitcoin and crypto analyses, right? I try and keep everything as realistic as possible here, my friends, because right now, you should all be very, very well aware that we are in some absolutely extremely over-exuberant, borderline delusional market conditions, and that is why I love to show the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle, because the emotional outcry and outpour from the moon boys that I'm seeing right now, to me, is very reminiscent of what I've seen throughout Bitcoin's past, right? And we've seen that up at the euphoria stage, close to the top of a blow-off market cycle high, right? Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily where we have to be right here, right now, but what I am stating is that I remember the emotion was very similar back here. Same with the altcoins, right? I remember it was very similar right here. And we're only talking about several years ago, folks, right? But the dawn has been here day in and day out. This market never sleeps, so neither does the dawn, right? And you all know that, truthfully, the dawn has been up the mountain. The dawn has been down the mountain. And quite frankly, the dawn has also been everywhere in between. And I have wined and dined with kings and queens, and I have slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, the dawn prefers the wine and queens every single time. So, right now, with that being said, right, I see that the euphoria is running high. Delusional thoughts are running high. Little Jimmy and his $600 stimmy probably asking his employer to change his 401k match from putting it into that account to buying Dogecoins for him and putting it on his hardware wallet. Oh, my employer, can I get Dogecoins instead of a 401k match? Nah, little James. Right now it's time to snap back to reality, my friend. Because if we do in fact see a rejection anywhere inside this range, from what I've pointed out here, the only true levels that I'm seeing right now of significant confluence, right here at about 38,000, okay? You guys see this, multiple touch points around here, right? Then, besides that, let's draw another one. Down here in the low 30K range, basically 34,000-ish, okay? And one more, just for good measure, right down here, all of this old resistance and support down at about 30,000 flat. I know you may not like to see it, right? But Kirby, I'm just holding for the long term. Okay, we all have our own plans. On this channel, in the house that Don Curbinaccio built, I'm looking for potential swing trading setup ideas, right? That's up and down. This is not some type of just buy now and wait for 30 years. You'll see. That's not what this channel is, okay? This channel is a trade setup, a trade analysis channel for the ups and the downs of the market, not some long-term 10-year outlook, okay? Right now, if we get rejected here, my eyes are first here at about 39,000, 40,000, then here at about 34,000, and down here at about 30K flat. Right now, I am strategizing to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. If you want to see where I will be looking to exactly enter, exit, potentially take profit, all things like that, I am formulating my next trade setup idea right here, right now. My friends, don't miss my next one. Let me just show you what my trade setup ideas look like in VIP, okay? You could see right here, this is an example of when the dawn struck gold, okay? This was before our most recent move up. Let me actually just show you where this was here real quick. This was my alert and my trade setup idea from this bull flag, right? Let's actually just go in here real quick. You can see that we had this bull flag here. The Don loaded his orders up right here. We boomed to the upside. I then saw the bearish rollover. I said, VIPs, the Don is exiting for a juicy, juicy profit. And it wound up being, I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, hickory dickory dock. The Don sold nearly the absolute top. Let's get this crypto. So if you do want to see all of my trade setup ideas, just like this one, as the Don looks to potentially strike gold again, what I'm telling you, my friends, is right now, I'm salivating at all of this juicy action here, while little James and average Joe continue to tremble like a leaf in the wind, sweating, sitting 1 inch away from their computer screen. I'm just a holder, Kirby. I've got strong hands, diamond hands. The Don does not care about your diamond hands, little Dogecoin James. The Don cares about realistic trade setup ideas, high reward, low risk ratio, potential trade setup ideas to potentially crush this market and get this crypto. And whether that's up, slicing through all of this resistance, I'll look to play it to the upside. If we drop from here and go down, I'll look to play it to the downside. It doesn't matter which way the action breaks, folks, right? When you're looking at this from a trading perspective, right? Not just some, ultimatum that Bitcoin is either going to change the world forever, collapse the fiat system, and that I'm just going to hold forever. When you're looking at this from a trade perspective of, hey, look, it goes up, it goes down, it could go up again, right? You're just looking to potentially strike upon whatever opportunity you see that presents a high reward, low risk scenario, right? Let's get this crypto. So right now, if I wasn't clear, what I'm telling you is that today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I am formulating my next trade setup idea right here, right now. Do not miss my next VIP post, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Okay, so now let's move over to Ethereum and just last thoughts here. For Bitcoin, you need to have a plan here, folks. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail, right? And that's why I'm stating the Don does not plan to fail. The Don plans to succeed. And that's why I'm going to be posting all of my personal trade setup ideas, entry ideas, strategy ideas in VIP exclusively for you there. But every trader is different, right? Every investor is different. You need to have a plan for yourself, okay? Because if we go up, what are you going to do? If we go down, what are you going to do? Just think about this in advance so you do not get wrecked. Do not get caught like a deer in the headlights here, okay? Do not be taking that trip to Wreck City with average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. And of course, with that being said, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. So now let's move over to Ethereum, okay? Very briefly here, folks. I mean, Ethereum is in another interesting spot. Now, just like Bitcoin was in a falling wedge, right, which we saw like this, and now Bitcoin is essentially breaking out to the upside, right, a falling wedge. This is actually quite the opposite here on Ethereum, a bearish rising wedge, right? And we have seen a fall down. We actually take our measured move, right, from the widest part of the structure, bring it to the breakdown point. You just can't make this stuff up, folks. The target was hit to a nearly perfect T, okay? So right now, let's notice where Ethereum is at. Let's zoom out. Let's go to the weekly time frame, actually. Let's zoom out and see where we're at. You could see that right now, we have retested our old all-time high from back in 2018, right? And so right now, this is not a surprising area for the bulls to look to potentially come back in, as old resistance now potentially flipping into new support. The problem is that if we fall from here, which is totally possible in my opinion, just based purely upon the parabolic nature of this trend, right? My next area of significant confluence, again, this is not a call or anything. This is not the Don saying it must fall to this level. I'm saying if we lose the support at this range, this area here, this red line, about 850 USD is where I see the most confluence, okay? All of this structural confluence from back in 2017 and 2018, okay? It's down at about 850 USD. And if it were a true debacle that we dropped way lower than that, well, we have a ton of confluence here at about 500 USD. Let's get this crypto. I know that it may not be what you want to hear. I'm just showing you areas of interest for me if we are to see a catastrophic debacle here. Surely we could just continue to move up higher and create a new all-time high, right? Right now, it's all about waiting and watching and seeing the response at this region in particular. Right now, it appears that the bulls are at least attempting to hold this as support. If they fall through, again, you must have a plan for yourself. If we move up, you must have a plan for yourself. Don't get wrecked here, folks, okay? Just have a plan, understand the potential upside, which would be a break to a new all-time high, and a blue sky. Very difficult to understand where the price could go being at a new all-time high in an overly exuberant bubble market, right? But if we break down, at least we do have some structural key areas of support, rather potential support to look at here for potential targets to the downside, both for shorting targets, right? And for potential buy the dip opportunity there as well, right? So don't let this market overwhelm you, right? You're in control of your actions. Do not let your emotions take control of your actions here, folks, right? It's very important to remain cool, calm, and collected and prepare to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto, right? Right now, I'm salivating at the potentially juicy trading opportunities that may present themselves here, right? I'm looking for that potentially high reward, low risk trade setup to potentially crush it and get this crypto. So as these moon boys and degenerates continue to live a life of peril and squalor, the Don will continue to grind for every Satoshi and dollar. Let's get this crypto. Right now, my friends, I'm watching this market like a hawk with an eagle eye, around the clock, 24/7. As I stated earlier, the market never sleeps, so neither does the Don. Right now, I'm glued to these charts, looking for that high reward, low risk trade setup to potentially crush it and get this crypto. So just one last time here, folks, I'm telling you, if you do not want to miss my next VIP trade setup idea, as I'm going to be posting all of my personal speculative plays for you in real time, my friends, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Do not miss my next important real-time VIP alert. I will be posting it exclusively for you in VIP. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. One last time for the YouTube algorithm, that thumbs up would be so greatly appreciated. Thank you for that. And if you are brand new, welcome to the most realistic Bitcoin technical analysis channel you are ever going to find. Hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, select all, and let's get this crypto. Welcome to the channel. My friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Do not miss my next important real-time exclusive VIP alert. I'll see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs. Oh, and beware of the fake Kirby imposters down in the comment section. I will never post a phone number on your comment. I will never send you any type of unsolicited email. That is not me. You can see the two examples down below. They have the same name as me, but they're posting phone numbers. They're using very weird typing to get around the spam filter. That is not me. This is an example of my real comment here. You can see the nameplate has a gray background to it, and I do leave a creator heart next to the thumbs up so you can validate that that is me. I generally only post the VIP information in a pinned comment, so you know that is me there. My friends, don't fall for any of the fakes. Be smart, be safe. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto.
The material in this video has no regard to the specific investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs of any viewer. This video is presented solely for informational and entertainment purposes and is not to be construed as a recommendation, solicitation, or an offer to buy or sell any securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, or any related financial instruments, nor should any of its content be taken as investment advice. Crypto Kirby is not a financial advisor. The views expressed in this video are completely speculative opinions and do not guarantee any specific result or profit. Trading and investing is extremely high risk and can result in the loss of all of your capital. Any opinions expressed in this video are subject to change without notice. Crypto Kirby is not under any obligation to update or keep current the information contained herein. Crypto Kirby may have an interest in the securities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or derivatives of any entities referred to in this material. Crypto Kirby accepts no liability whatsoever for any loss or damage of any kind arising out of the use of all or any part of this material. Crypto Kirby recommends that you consult with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment or trading decisions. Thank you for watching and have a great day.